About a month ago, I joined this new beat selling platform called Get Music. It's a subscription-based service. I made a video about it. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Number one, people were upset, and rightfully so, about the whole rights transfer. So when you sold a beat exclusively, it was basically a buyout. That's all bad, right? So I got an update on that. Number two, people were concerned that this was going to replace traditional higher ticket beat sales like leasing, exclusive sales, etc. Number three, they were just concerned about the royalty structure. I'm going to show you exactly what I made using it for a month. But first, let's address the most important part, which is the whole buyout thing. So initially, everything, lease-wise, download-wise, was just traditional splits between the artist and producer, but the exclusive was not. The exclusive was a transference of both copyrights, which to me was problematic. And so I figured, well, let me talk to the company about it and try my best to convince them to change that. And here's what happened. I woke up to this email from Get Music. As of today, standard splits with exclusive sales. So 50% of the underlying composition stays with the producer. This is just typical. So this is a positive thing. Number two, people thought that this was going to replace traditional beat sales. And they're like, well, this pays a lot less than, a $50 beat lease or a $300 exclusive because it's a pro rata system, right? The way producers get paid is based on a pool. So like Splice, how Splice works, or like how Spotify royalties are paid out. Obviously, these are higher royalty rates than Spotify, quite a bit higher, rather than 0.0035 what you would get with streaming royalties. This is about 57 cents per license on this subscription service, and the artists pay. That's where the money comes from into the pool. Now, the reason I'm not concerned with this is because I used to use a different subscription-based beat distribution service called Off Top. And every month, this is from 2021, so I made about $400 this month off of Off Top royalties. Look at the date. It is June 7th, 2021. I've continued selling beats online since then. I was selling beats before then. Nothing changed. I can't find any of my other payout information because Off Top has discontinued their services. And this is a main reason why I tried Get Music out, because this model worked. I was making about $1,000 a month on average for a while and continuing to make very decent and consistent money off of traditional beat sales. And to this day, I don't feel like any of that hampered my money. I think the type of artist that is using a subscription-based service is probably not your target lease or exclusive demographic. And I'll show more information when I show my sales to explain what I mean. As a matter of fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. So these are my sales from the first month. It's not $1,000. This is a brand new service. That's why I wanted to get in early. But if you look at their payment structures, I've made my money back double for the lowest tier, and I've made it back entirely for the second tier pretty much. So there's money to be made on this platform. There's the potential is there. And I'm going to just show you my dashboard. Okay, so since I cashed out, I've made $10 additional. Now, what is this based off of? As you can see, plays and downloads. I don't think I get paid for likes. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't done anything but upload beats. I just uploaded a few beats, went on with my day, and the money just came to my account. Now, all of this money came from pools. So listens, likes, downloads, and releases. That's it. Didn't come from actual sales. So I haven't given up any beats exclusively, nothing. That all the money just came from the system where you get paid for the listens and the downloads. So pretty much what I expected based on how they describe the service. And every time someone downloads the beat, it's a standard split. So I should be getting money if the artist releases that. I think the other thing about these subscription services is that because they're cheaper than beat leases, there might be less of an incentive for the artist to even release the track, which isn't necessarily a great thing, but it kind of means that all of these downloads aren't necessarily replacing a traditional sale. So is this going to replace beat leasing? No, I'm wearing a Beatstars shirt right now. As I said, I used other subscription services. I even have subscription services through Beatstars, and none of that has replaced me selling exclusive beats, custom beats, etc. My thing is this: if you're a producer and you understand the music business, you understand how intellectual property law works, you own your beats. So put them on whichever platforms are available to try to make money from multiple revenue streams. I loved having more options 5 years ago to make money from different revenue streams, but unfortunately a lot of these platforms disappeared. So when a new one pops up, I'm gonna try it out. I'm kind of looking at, like, I recently talked about free for profit downloads on YouTube. This is kind of the same thing, except you're getting some money off of it. So I'm not putting my entire catalog here. Like I said, I really didn't do much here. I hit upload. I uploaded the beats, and that was that, and the money just came in, and these are my stats. So I did reach out to the company and ask them some more questions. Actually, a lot of you asked them questions in the comment section, so they got back to me, and I read the comments too. And so people were concerned about how payouts worked. It's, as I said, pro rata, like streaming or like Splice. So there's no fixed per play rate. 80% of all the revenue goes back to the producers. We know that the rates on average are higher than Spotify overall. So I mean, if you have beats just lying around that aren't generating money, upload them, see what happens. If you do make money the way I did, you'll see the potential. If not, no harm done. For me, what I learned was the more beats I uploaded, the more money I made, which should be obvious because that's just how it is for everything. And I talk to a lot of producers that upload 2 or 3 beats to YouTube every month, and they're like, why am I not making money? And it's volume actually matters. So does consistency. There are different promo tiers available, as there are with all platforms. I haven't explored those, but it's an option for people who want to try to make more money, especially now because the platform's new. And so you can kind of get that. My whole thing was like, let me get in now so that I can flood the platform with my beats and stake my claim as an early adopter. What they also emphasized was just like, keep doing everything you're doing and just use this as another revenue stream. This is not replacing anything. It's just another separate revenue stream to reach customers that you weren't reaching to begin with. I saw some comments about people saying, oh, they're based in Dubai. And so I don't know what the hell that means. What I know is that it's linked to my PayPal, and the money that Dashboard told me I was getting, I cashed out and it went to my PayPal. Let's see what types of beats are working. These are my beats. The newer ones aren't getting that many plays, but the first few I uploaded, Drake type beats and the Rick Ross type beats, seem to be doing better. So if I'm looking at this, I would think maybe uploading beats with hooks is one way to go, because the beats with hooks did the best. But also, you know, again, these are some beats that I uploaded early on, and you know, there still aren't that, if I click on home, there still aren't that many producers uploading to the platform yet. So I saw that as an opportunity to get to jump right in, and there's my beat right here featured. So if you want to try this system out and be like me and just upload beats and be lazy and see how much money you can make, there's a link below, because this is a sponsored video. I'm not hiding that. And I think in 2026, it's unfortunate that we have fewer beat selling revenue streams than we did years ago. And I hope, honestly, that we end up in the future with a lot more. And as always, if you know of other ones, let me know, because I want to review those as well. So shout out to Get Music. I'm really happy that they did change their policies based on producer feedback, specifically from my video. So to everybody that left a comment concerned with the way that the right transfers worked, shout out to you. Thank you. I know that was a point that I emphasized, and I appreciate that the company actually responded to the needs of producers. All right, till next time, peace.